Lionel Messi says, actually, I'm feeling like a woman today.
Ridiculous.
When I watch sports, I be thinking about, think about, okay, say LeBron James.
This is Chappelle, who literally woke up and decided to shut down the entire woke culture.
I've reached the age now where I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? It's like,
welcome aboard,
what's the worst that can happen?
Welcome aboard.
I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
So I'm offended. I'm going to die. So what?
We've reached a point where anything and everything is offensive. From everyday conversations to blockbuster movies, it's like walking on eggshells. And Hollywood's not immune either. But the best part? Some of the biggest celebrities have decided to clap back. Seriously, when did speaking your mind become a crime? How far is too far when it comes to being woke?
I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, you see how woke I was? I called you out.
When I watch sports, I be thinking about, think about, okay, say LeBron James.
It's hard for young people now because they're hooked. They're addicted.
I hate it when people say, that joke was offensive.
Let's get right into it. Starting off with Denzel Washington, an actor, director, and all-around legend. But beyond Hollywood, Denzel's known for being unapologetically real. Whether on screen or off, Denzel stays true to himself, making him not just a star, but an icon. So, in an interview, Denzel kept it real. When asked what advice he'd give young people, he said, shut down their phones.
Turn it off. That's what I would say.
Why? Because according to him, everything gets misinterpreted online.
That's what I would say. It's hard for young people now because they're hooked. They're addicted. If you don't think you're addicted, and I'm talking about anyone, from the highest to the lowest, if you don't think you're addicted, then see if you can turn it off for a week. It got quiet in here, didn't it? Didn't it get real quiet?
And you know what? He's got a point. The internet is a wild place where things get twisted fast. When it comes to Hollywood, Denzel's not vibing with how the industry tries to push diversity. He's like, it's not about the color, it's about the culture.
So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have
It's not
produced this
color,
work?
it's culture.
Hiring a black actor just to check off the I'm not racist box? For him, it's deeper than that. It's about really understanding and respecting the culture, not just throwing diverse faces on the screen to keep the audience happy. Hollywood's got it all wrong in his eyes if they're not practicing what they preach.
Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, right? Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but they're cultural differences. You know, I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference.
Right.
So it's the culture.
Through his production company, Denzel's doing something different. He's helping young actors stay true to themselves and their culture, focusing on authenticity, not just playing into trends.
I'll take over.
No, you're not capable of continuing the practice.
But I'll take over because in the architecture of this firm, I am a pillar.
Yes, and Roman, I'd hope to reward you for that.
Hope don't get the job done.
What does that mean?
That means Hope don't get the job done.
He's not about the political divisions in Hollywood either, and when asked who he votes for, he's like, why do I have to tell you?
Well, that was a question. Who you wound up supporting in the election, presidential election?
None of your business.
None of my business.
None of your business.
Well, I'm only asking because the story was online, but that's okay.
Denzel's message is clear. Hollywood's problem isn't just about race or gender. It's about a lack of diverse ideas and true understanding. And honestly, he's not wrong. Now, if Denzel's words didn't get you thinking, wait till you hear what Morgan Freeman has to say because this race topic doesn't end here. You know him, the legendary actor from The Shawshank Redemption and Driving Miss Daisy. In one interview, he was asked about Black history. And Morgan, he didn't hold back. What Black history? He questioned.
Black History Month you find ridiculous.
The interviewer went on to ask about Black History Month and Freeman's response, there's no Black History Month. It's just American history.
Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, when the interviewer mentioned he was Jewish,
I'm Jewish.
Freeman shot back, yeah, do you have a Jewish month? No? Then why Black History Month? Plain and simple. No need for complicated answers.
Okay. Which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh. Oh. Why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either.
He believes continuing to emphasize race only keeps the issue alive. And speaking of not holding back, let's move from Morgan Freeman to another outspoken figure, Piers Morgan, the king of making sure people face reality. And trust me, this next one is no exception. First up, this interview where a woman claimed that the issue regarding trans people committing sex crimes was just an isolated case.
Which is a terrible, very distressing, isolated incident, and I think it's easy to take that and say that means that no one can identify as a woman, and
but
that's
it's not an
that's
isolated
not fair.
incident, though.
Piers? He was like, excuse me? Isolated? These scams are a daily thing. He shut her argument down so fast that it was almost funny. Her logic didn't stand a chance.
Just seen a male rapist use that scam to get himself put into a female prison where he could attack vulnerable women inside a female prison, when even his ex-wife said it was all a scam.
Whatever that person decides, but to
Doesn't
go
the
out
wing
into the
make
world
up?
and say, I don't identify as perhaps the sex I
So
was
why
born
can't
as,
I
it's
identify?
not-
Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
And then we've got the rainbow debate. A woke individual was upset about a lack of rainbow representation.
So actually what we're doing right now is just, I wouldn't even use the word celebrating. I think pride is a protest. What is the problem then? Why are you so triggered by a flag?
I'll tell
It's
you
a
what
rainbow
problem.
flag.
Piers was like, wait, what? That's a thing now? Time to make some straight flags, folks.
Straight
Where's
everywhere.
my straight flag?
Why am I constantly
Where
getting
is
straight
my
people-
straight flag?
Why are straight people holding hands in the
When have
street?
you ever seen a straight flag?
It's not about transphobia or anything, it's just basic logic. Can we please have some normal thinking here?
I mean, this point kind of ridicules trans people to an extent.
Actually, I think what you said ridicules trans people, because actually people who go through the full process of transition, who actually go through what we used to call a sex change.
Now let's shift gears from Piers Morgan to the one and only Ricky Gervais, a master at poking holes in woke culture with his sharp wit and unapologetic humor. You won't want to miss this. In a world where canceled culture hits faster than you can say woke, Ricky Gervais is still standing tall, fearlessly speaking his mind. He doesn't hold back. As he famously said, "You aren't right just because you're offended."
That's the thing about offence, isn't it? When people say they're offended, it's that just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right.
Just because someone's upset, it doesn't mean the world has to stop and cancel whoever's in the spotlight. Keep doing that, and soon, we'll be left with no one. Now, when it comes to comedy, Ricky's view is sharp. Jokes are meant to make people laugh. Some will and some won't. But the whole woke culture? These days, it seems like they find everything offensive.
Offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what?
Ricky even gave woke comedy a shot once and quickly realized it's about as bland as plain bread. Comedy needs that edge, that, oh no, did he just say that? Feeling. But with woke comedy, it's more like, let me apologize before I even get to the punchline. What's the point of that?
When someone says to me about another comedian, they say, oh, they're not funny. Even if I agree with them, I stand up and I say, well, you can't say that. You've got to say, you don't find them funny, you know? And I hate it when people say, that joke was offensive. I gotta say, no, you've got to say, you found it offensive. Because it's all about feelings, and feelings are personal. And there's loads of types of comedy, and comedy evolves, you know? There's a new type of comedy at the moment called woke comedy, right?
And speaking of blunt truths, let's talk about the biological woman debate.
Oh, women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs.
If someone identifies as a woman, but still has male organs, well, it's not the same.
No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and cock.
There's a separate category for that. Trying to blur those lines just for the sake of it? Ricky finds that ridiculous. His style may be harsh, but it's rooted in truth. As for the trans community, Ricky makes it clear, no one's against them. They're human, just like everyone else, and deserve all the rights we have. But when you start demanding those rights at the expense of others, that's crossing the line. Respect has to be mutual. Oh, and let's not forget about the infamous Caitlyn Jenner joke. People misunderstood it, thinking it was about her gender.
And the big controversy last time I did it was a Caitlyn Jenner joke, right? Oh, outrage on Twitter the next day. And by outrage, I mean a couple of people going, it was transphobic. It wasn't transphobic in the slightest. It was a joke about a trans person, but the joke had nothing to do with that aspect of her existence.
It wasn't. Ricky was simply taking a jab at celebrity culture and the ridiculousness of it all. His point? Whatever you identify as, you still have to face the consequences of your actions. Not everything has to be about ticking diversity boxes or making everything a deeper issue. Sometimes things are just what they are, with no hidden agenda. Ricky? He's just representing the rest of us who are done with the noise and just want a bit of common sense back.
Now, that's when I say something I don't really mean for comic effect, and you as an audience, you laugh at the wrong thing because you know what the right thing is. It's a way of satirizing attitude.
From Ricky Gervais's no-holds-barred approach to taking down woke culture, let's slide into Dave Chappelle's realm. He's not afraid to stir the pot either, and trust me, things are about to get wilder. Dave Chappelle, legendary comedian, actor, and voice of reason for many, has never been one to shy away from controversy.
When I watch sports, I be thinking about, think about, okay, say LeBron James.
Take his take on the whole identifying as anything trend. He jokes that if LeBron James were to identify as a woman, it wouldn't be fair for him to compete in women's sports.
Changed his gender. You know what I mean? Okay, can he stay in the NBA, or, because he's a woman, does he have to go to the WNBA, where he will score 840 points a game?
I mean, think about it. A 6'9" basketball player dominating the women's league just because one day he decides to identify as female? And it's not just him saying this. Piers Morgan also pointed out how ridiculous it would be if Lionel Messi suddenly identified as a woman and started playing in women's football leagues.
Lionel Messi puts his hand up and says, actually, I'm feeling like a woman today. Do you play him in the American women's national team, Francesca? Yes or no?
That's not equality. That's just ignoring common sense. It shouldn't even be a debate. There are biological realities that can't just be dismissed. And now, from Dave Chappelle's bold takes, we move to someone who's been just as vocal on the subject, former President Barack Obama. When even Obama's calling out the absurdities of woke culture, you know things have truly gone too far. Even Barack Obama has weighed in on this. He's made it clear that this woke culture is having a huge impact on the younger generation, making it tough for them to live freely.
This idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy.
Imagine always walking on eggshells, worrying about every single step because someone might judge you. It's crazy, right? Obama has said that this oversensitivity is toxic, especially for young people who are constantly trying to declare themselves as woke just to fit in. It's become a trend, but at what cost? People are getting offended for literally no reason, sparking unnecessary debates that then blow up on social media.
Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, you see how woke I was? I called you out. I'm gonna get on TV, watch my show, watch Grownish.
And that's the thing. It's more about being seen as woke rather than actually caring about real issues. It's like society has become hyper-vigilant, and now, instead of fostering genuine conversations, we're just triggering pointless arguments. As we wrap up this whirlwind tour of famous voices against the woke wave, we turn to Matt Walsh. And you know we always save the best for the last. If you thought the discussions couldn't get more intense, wait until you hear this one, which we're sure will get onto your last nerve. Now let's dive into this last one with American activist and author Matt Walsh, who took the woke culture head-on. He called out people who, quite frankly, can't even define what a woman is, yet are out here identifying themselves as one. Like, how does that even work?
Well, can you tell me what a woman is? No, I can't. Because it's not for me to say. Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what does a female mean?
Well,
how do you define a female?
Someone with female reproductive organs,
Okay.
Someone who's, here's the thing. When you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being.
Seriously? At this point, we've gone beyond logic and entered into the realm of pure absurdity.
What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word, so what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
This idea of being woke has taken things to such a ridiculous extreme. The fight against woke culture isn't slowing down, and some of the biggest voices are refusing to back down. But what do you think? Is this woke movement going too far, or is it necessary? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out our videos. Thanks for watching,